As autumn slowly turned into winter, I embarked on painting another big canvas. The subject matter, as it has been over the last year, was close to home and close to my heart, based on the meadow next door, which they allowed to grow wild all of this year. As October meandered on, the colours turned into peaches and rusts, seed heads started to appear, and the grasses took on a life of their own as they dried into mellow, neutral colours. Leaves began to curl and dry and take on tones all of their own. But even as the seasons wane, the meadow had so much interest and so much beauty in it that I couldn't resist trying to capture the light coming down through the growth. My intention was that the painting would take a week or so, but it had other ideas. And when it takes weeks and weeks to create a painting, the secrets that it tells and the lessons that it teaches are whispered quietly over the weeks through the brushstrokes. As I painted, a slow awareness took hold of me of answers presenting themselves and revealing insights which brought moments of clarity to things that were going on in general in society, to my life and to the day-to-day. Over the weeks, this canvas morphed in layers, which I loved and then struggled with, then got annoyed that I'd liked the layer before better than the one I'd put on top. I got frustrated, and then it started flowing again, and I liked another layer. It's a bit like life, isn't it? We struggle against things to and fro, but in the end, things seem to work out okay. There were moments of regret, flashes of awareness, hours of despondency, stages of pondering and wondering and nearly giving up on it, and then just giving in to the flow. All of this was flowing in tandem with my thoughts and the feelings throughout the month. Well, and to be honest, a month with which I struggle every single year. There is something about these months of summer disappearing, autumn starting, and then waning away into the coming grey months of winter that always make me go inside myself and wonder about an awful lot of things. As I worked on my brushstrokes, the insights started to come centred around how letting go and moving on from so many aspects of my current thoughts were the only way ahead. Insights get followed by surrender, and surrender leads to peace. Peace always transforms into a knowing smile, and all becomes well with the world again. The thoughts and layers in my mind and the things I was thinking about were so numerous. Looking at the past year, everything that had gone on, about my family, me, my work. This is a time of year where everything seems to come up as if it needs to, get thought about, dealt with and moved on with as the end of the year approaches. The thoughts kept tumbling as my brush made strokes and dashes, little dapples of light, and growth started to appear on the canvas. Eventually, after weeks of work and struggling and frustrating, I put the painting aside, thinking that I was just dissatisfied with it, and decided to move on to a different painting and a new idea. Maybe I'd come back to the painting in a couple of months' time and do something different with it, but for now it just got put by the side. Then something peculiar happened. The painting was just lying there, piled on the side of the room, against some canvases that I was planning to work on later on. And the light changed. The sun had set, I'd put on a few lights in the house, and I was walking backwards and forwards, pottering about. The painting caught my eye, and I suddenly realised that in the change of light, the painting had changed and transformed, and so had the way I was looking at it, rather than being really close up to it while I worked. The more I looked, the more I liked it. And then I just had to smile to myself, because sometimes when you look at things in a new light, they change. And so it is with life. If I started to look at all the thoughts and all the worries that were tumbling through my head, if I look at them in a different light, with a positive slant, or from a slightly different direction, they change too. Things become clear, answers begin to come. Look at it in a new light and you can change everything. And so the painting got its title, Insight, a very simple insight which means so much.